Hey guys, before we get this party started, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors and friends of the program, Live Nation Colorado and Fillmore Denver. Without them, none of this would be possible. As y'all know, we've been celebrating Fillmore's 20th anniversary here in Denver, and they've had a slew of epic shows coming through in the last couple weeks and months, but the shows are not done for 2019. As you listen to this, we have Thievery going on Friday. We got a little DJ set on Saturday, and then next week they have a 4-night run with Humphreys McGee. So be sure you go over to www.livenation.com, search Fillmore Denver in the tab, and you can actually find the tickets that are available not only for 2019, but also for all the heater shows we have in 2020 as well. And if you're not following them already, you need to be. On Instagram, they're at LiveNationCO and at Fillmore Den, D-E-N. So follow them. They do ticket giveaways. They do swag giveaways, everything under the sun. It's always a good time, and it's a great follow. But without further ado, we want to thank Andy and Cecelia Thorn for joining us on the episode this week. We're excited to talk all things Leftover Salmon. For those that know, we are big jam band fans, big live music fans, big bluegrass fans, and they check all of those boxes. So we're really excited to be hanging out with them. And one last thing, if y'all wouldn't mind, we could really use y'all's help. If you could go on to whatever medium you're listening to this podcast on and give us a 5-star review. It helps us with sponsorship dollars. It helps us with getting our name out there. And it also helps all the foodies, stoners, and live music fans be able to find us because of the descriptions y'all give about the podcast. I genuinely appreciate it if y'all wouldn't mind it. I know Chris, Zane, and the whole family would as well. So if you don't mind, go over to Apple, iTunes, go over to Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, whatever it is that you listen to, and just give us a 5-star review. Maybe leave us a nice warm message, and if that's the case, if we can find some cool ones, maybe we could reach out and give y'all some free tickets or something cool like that. And Zane, hit that music. Let's get this show on the road.
The suppression of the use of marijuana and of the forces lurking behind it are the most important jobs this department is now engaged in. In 1930, the records on marijuana in the Washington office of the Narcotics Division scarcely filled a small folder like this. Today, they fill cabinets.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Coloradians, and everyone that's smart enough to listen from the outside.
It's one of the most amazing plants we've ever discovered.
The pot party, the trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
Wheaties! I got Wheaties box!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another week of Stone d'Appetit. And we are coming to y'all this week from a gnarly location. It's me and my boy to the right, as always, is Chris. How are you, Chris?
Doing all right. Despite the weather, we're making it.
That is true, but 'tis the season. We're coming to you this week from the Boston Restaurant, obviously, as you know, the IE Hospitality Group. But we're up here in Boulder. It's tucked away right behind a little of an apartment complex on 3601 Arapahoe Avenue, Boulder, Colorado. It's regularly a top 5 restaurant in the metro area. It slays. It's been here. Its track record is proven. It's been here nearly 10 years.
Yeah.
Megan Buckholtz put us onto it from local table tours, so we had to come up here. And another reason we had to come up here is because right around the corner is New Year's Eve, and we got a big concert, and I'm stoked about it. So we're lucky enough to sit down with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Andy Horn of Leftover Salmon. Andy, how are you, brother?
Thorn.
Yeah, I kind of got called up there because I was about to call.
I was about to say that. We clearly have Thorn there.
Well,
it's the Thornathon.
I distracted you with my shirt that I was just holding up. The blazing banjo shirt.
Yeah, I am kind of, and it may have been a little bit of the cottonmouth. It's a little combination of everything.
I feel the same way. I'm so glad to be out of the house. It's been snowing for like a week and a half. I barely left.
Oh, is it hard getting down the hill?
My driveway's fucked. Let me just say it like that. Can I say that on
What if you have to get a band practice?
Well,
do you guys still call it band practice?
We do. I wanted to go to Vince's house for his Thanksgiving party, but, you know, when you get snowed in, you're just like, hey, I'm going to stay here and do stoned appetit stuff in the kitchen, pretty much. That's why.
Do you have a lot of canned goods for days like that?
Dude, I stock the fridge, man. I'm like beyond canned goods if I can help it. You know, they're always there if you need them, but
And I guess like because you do live up the hill, and for those that are listening, obviously from Boulder, it's like Netherland bound. Or isn't it up that way? Up the path?
I'm up Lee Hill. I'm up towards Jamestown and Gold Hill.
Okay, so
that's
like
the lesser known part of Boulder County, and I love it up there. It's slow paced, super chill.
So every time you go to the grocery store, you have to get like stock up. Like, what if I'm up there for a month because we won't be able to get down?
Right. You can get down whenever you want. It's just how
Pain in
hard do
the
you want
ass.
to work?
Yeah.
How much shoveling do you want to do? I've done a lot lately. It's good. It's getting me ready for Strings and Soul, getting in shape.
Yeah, so y'all are about to kick off a nice little gauntlet run. This is how you do the holidays. We're really fired up about it. As everyone knows, our sponsors are Live Nation, and we try to hit up about 12 or 15 concerts in December. So it's a big time, and it's a big time for y'all. Y'all are about to, like you said, tee off on this run starting. As folks are listening, you're actually in Mexico when people are listening to this.
Yeah, if it's next week, we'll
You look
be
real
in
tan.
Mexico.
You look real tan.
You know?
No shoveling.
It was warm enough for a few days there to just like sunbathe on the deck. That's one of my favorite pastimes. And we're going to Mexico on Tuesday for Strings and Soul with a bunch of great bands. Then we come back for the Christmas holiday, and we'll be doing Crested Butte for 2 nights at the brand new Art Center. And then we'll come back to the Mission Ballroom to play the first New Year's Eve ever at the Mission Ballroom. Pretty fucking stoked.
That's fucking impressive. Like,
Yeah.
getting tagged for the first
That's
ever
gonna
New
be-
Year's Eve.
I know. It's going to be a legendary club.
So before we move forward, have you been to Mission yet?
I haven't.
Oh, it's
You guys
fucking.
been?
I went and saw Maggie Rogers and Wilco.
Wow. They played together?
No, I went to.
I was about to be like, whoa.
Yeah, that'd have been weird. No, so I saw 2 shows there, but like the space, the sound, it's fucking great.
We're really excited, and we have all sorts of cool stuff planned. I can't give it all away, but just know it's going to be a hell of a shebang.
And yeah, for those that are listening, honestly, this is the perfect time. I'd love to do seamless plugs, so we'll do one. If you want to buy tickets, you can hit up Leftover Salmon's website, or you can go to the link. Obviously, we have a lot of Instagram followers that listen to this. Go to the at Leftover Salmon, click on the link in their bio. It'll take you straight to getting tickets for this show, because as you listen, you probably are missing out on Crested Butte, because it will be, when this airs, it'll be Crested Butte night. So.
Crested Butte's the 27th and 28th, and then the Mission Ballroom is New Year's Eve.
Okay, so they'll still be able to get Crested Butte tickets and Mission Ballroom. So
Hell yeah. Pack in a day of skiing and then go see some
Come
Leftover.
ski at Crested Butte, then come back to Denver for the New Year's party.
There you
Damn.
The best one in
That's
the
a
Front
weekend.
Range, I would say.
Nice.
Well, Andy, so I love that was a nice little casual intro.
Yeah.
We talked groceries. We got that out of the way because that's always a favorite topic. But we first off want to shout out to our sponsors, Live Nation. Thank you to the Fillmore. Without them, none of this would be possible. Thanks for believing us. Don't be shy. Go follow them at Fillmore Den, D-E-N, and at Live Nation CO for tickets and shows and all that stuff. We like to start every episode the same way. It's pretty casual. You're going to have a gauntlet later. We have some hard hitters. But Chris likes that. You start it off. You lead the way.
All right, Andy. Are we a transplant or a native here?
Big time transplant.
Where are we coming from?
I'm a Southerner as well. Proud to say it.
What's
From North Kakalaki.
North Kakalaka? Nice.
Not the mountainous part where it's nice and cool. I'm from the hot, humid Piedmont.
Wait,
Durham,
what
North
state is
Carolina.
that? Okay. I was like,
North
what?
Carolina. So
There's some good.
Kakalaki.
There's some good
Also a
BBQ
hot
there.
sauce brand, but I love North Carolina.
There's good BBQ in that
the
area.
best BBQ. Bullock's Barbecue in Durham. Can't top it. Sorry.
Dude, this is going to be
So did you grow up being like a Tar Heels or like?
This is a whole nother podcast. I grew up a fucking Duke fan. Okay, both of my parents went to Duke. And my elementary school had a concession stand in Cameron Indoor Stadium I used to work at when I was like 13.
Oh, my God. So you're
And
like
then-
a diehard.
Then I went to UNC Chapel Hill, Carolina.
Oh,
Because I
dick
wasn't into
move.
Duke and like their people. I'm more of a Tar Heel at heart. So like the basketball thing just went out the window at that point.
So when
What
you
do you do?
Is it awkward
Yeah.
at family meals, like after
It's
Tobacco
terrible.
Road?
It's not at family meals. My family doesn't follow anymore. Like friends that I went to UNC with, they knew I grew up a Duke fan, so they'll never forgive me for it ever. You're not forgiven for that.
I mean, that's like one of those. When we were growing up, it was like Vince Carter and Anton Jameson. And it was just like pure domination. So
For
like,
sure.
I mean, I don't think anybody was around to be like, oh, Jordan killed it. Like we don't.
Right.
Maybe Vince, but and shout out to.
I mean, my
guys.
freshman year of college at UNC, we won the national championship at Carolina.
This is
with
bullshit.
like
That's
Tyler
like-
Hansbrough and who else? Sean May.
Oh, that was like the
Raymond
Rashad
Shelton.
McCann's group?
Yeah.
That group? Yeah, I remember. They beat it.
That was my
Illinois.
freshman year of college there.
So you're spoiled in that sense. He's an
Yeah.
Alabama fan, so fuck both of y'all. I mean, I'm sitting over here, a Mississippi State fan. We don't have a lot to hang up.
You've got
on.
pride,
a lot of
though.
sports prowess.
You've got pride.
We try hard, and that's all that we got. We got a dog in the fight.
Yeah.
I'm
So
glad that the basketball got ruined for me, though, because now I don't follow sports at all.
Really?
No.
Because they ruined it for you?
I can't really like root for either team wholeheartedly, so now I just don't root, and it's great.
That's a bold way to go.
That's just the way I had to go.
yeah, you just got to exit. Clean
Just
break.
exited.
Okay.
It's not as toxic as it once was.
I agree.
Dude, so growing up in North Carolina, like, was that how? I don't know. We're
How'd you get out
jumping
here?
forward.
I mean, I guess we could jump forward, but I mean, I guess you're out there that's bluegrass country as well. So did you grow up?
That's what led me. Yeah, I mean, that's what led me out here. Is I came out here to play bluegrass out here. I found a banjo at my neighbor's yard sale when I was 12 years old.
That was the story I
in
was
Durham, North Carolina, and I just slowly started messing with it. And then when I was in high school, I got with these other guys that played bluegrass, and we just had so much fun. We had a little band together, and we were like doing little gigs, and we just had a blast with it. And John Stickley was one of those guys who's now a big artist in the jam grass scene too. So that led me. A friend's band called the Steep Canyon Rangers had won the Rocky Grass contest. So I was like, oh man, they just won the Rocky Grass contest. I wanted to go out there and try to do that. So that's really what led me to coming out here for the first time.
I feel like this place has been a pretty it's not necessarily a safe haven, but it's been a great it is kind of like not necessarily the home like where it originated, but it seems like a lot of like bluegrass fans have now called Colorado home because we have embraced not only that scene, like the boys from Green Sky, they live in like the Tennyson area down in Denver, Nershe's right, they back in the day when they used to be more twang, a little bit more picking. I feel like Colorado's always been a great place for bluegrass music.
I've always wondered why that is. Like, because you would think like most bluegrass is centered kind of like around Appalachians, and
I know, and I think like one of the big reasons that happened is because of bands like Leftover Salmon. I'm in the band now, but I've been following them since I was in high school, and it was this thing when you see them. Like I used to see them at the Cat's Cradle in Carborough, North Carolina.
Oh,
that was my club, and you're like, oh, this band's from Boulder, and they were doing this really cool, like, hippier version of bluegrass and more jam band version, and I was super into that because all the stuff in North Carolina was way straighter.
Yeah,
so
weed's not legal there.
Weed's not legal there.
You couldn't go a little bit outside the bin, or outside the norm.
You could in North Carolina, but it was a little frowned upon. I love the traditional stuff too, and there's a great place for that, but the mystique of like Boulder and then Leftover Salmon and String Cheese and Yonder, and then even before them, Hot Rise was the first ones to do it. But that like
I'm not as
Hot
well.
Rise is like the guys that Vince and Drew grew up on that inspired them to start their band.
Trailblazers.
They're trailblazers.
I love that I got to just say that.
Well, they actually have a side spin-off called Red Knuckles and the Trailblazers, so that's weird you said that, but
I'm a wordsmith.
I really think Leftover and the other bands from Boulder back in the day were responsible for bringing that mystique to Boulder and Colorado with bluegrass.
So, did you come out here soon after you graduated college, or?
I first came out here after my freshman year of college during the summer, and it's a crazy story. We were on a ski trip actually. I think it was of my the Christmas break of my sophomore year. So we went to Durango to ski because a friend was working there and had free passes for us. We were 3 bluegrass pickers, me and my friend Rick and Jed from North Carolina. First thing we did was go into Animus Music down in Durango, and the guy working behind the counter was Anders Beck from Green Sky.
Yeah.
We didn't know him at the time, but he heard us playing on the instruments that we were using, and he was like, wow, who are you guys? Where are you from? Do you want to hang out? And we were like, yeah, man. Do you know where to get any pot?
You happen to be in the right place.
Yeah, so that's how we met Anders when we were like 19. This was probably 2001. And he's like, I got this bass player buddy, and that was Travis Book from the String Dusters. So Travis took us like snowboarding the whole week, and we jammed every night. And by the end of that week, they had convinced us to move out there that summer.
I guess y'all are all obviously, y'all are all big names in the industry now, and we do a lot of